Hello, Nova Pro. Smooth lines, crisp sound, and a whopping $350 price tag. The SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro Wireless. Is it worth it? SteelSeries is boasting top-tier sound quality on the most flexible hardware available. Wired or wireless, Bluetooth or 3.5mm, and listen to all at the same time. Gamers' options for audio have never been better, but at such a high price point, we still need to answer the worth it question for this headset. We're jumping in for a fun review. SteelSeries hasn't sponsored or influenced this video at all, but we should mention that if you shop on any of the links in our video descriptions, those might be affiliate links that help us out. Gamer gear, what was once a category of mediocre cans and bright plastic trim, has grown to be a formidable market for premium audio. Gaming headsets have started eating away at the traditional market for broadcast and DJ gear, and they're getting real good. They deserve a seat at the table now for people spending more for home theater and audiophile experiences. The difference between an expensive headphone and an expensive headset is flexibility. SteelSeries has taken that idea and running with it. This is an audio platform. It's built to be used with nearly anything that can put out an audio signal. It does that job tremendously well, but it also carries a price tag climbing higher up the headset food chain. It's right on that edge between nice and boutique. Talking build and design, I love this look. It's simple, it's clean, it's professional. It doesn't carry a flashy gamer aesthetic, and it moves seamlessly from a work Zoom call to a Twitch stream, and it fits in well with both. Nova carries one of the nicest feels on a headset I've used near this price. Nothing against, nice plastic and polycarb headphone frames, but the material choices on the Arctis fits a nicer aesthetic. The only build concern I might point to, I don't think these are great travel cans. The headband is sturdy, and the adjustable loop here that actually rests against your skull, that's comfy, but for how thin this gets, right at the top, how thin the metal is, this might be the area I'd be most concerned about if you're tossing them in bags or really trying to travel with them. I don't have a ton of experience with previous Arctis headsets, but apparently that was a common failure point, this headband cracking. So I can't speak to the long-term use on the Nova Wireless Pro, but I don't think they're built to travel hard. Smooth action on arms, extending, smooth swivel and tilt. It's really easy to find a comfortable fit. Controls are nice and tactile. Volume scroll, it's a little lightweight, but it's precise with a nice click. Now, the closed back casing has these little magnetic snap-on discs to hide the somewhat awkwardly located USB-C charge port, and the other ear, I always pick wrong when I'm trying to demonstrate this, the other ear has the brilliant swappable battery. Nice, comfortable ear pads. I didn't feel I needed to break them in overly before they were comfortable. The leatherette material is definitely a bit sweaty though. I run warm, I sweat. If anyone else here was gonna try them out, I made them a little moist. The huge tech win here, how eager this headset is to connect to everything. In the box is a great desktop USB DAC, a whole control unit for your PC and another console, like a Steam Deck, a PlayStation, or a Nintendo Switch. Sorry, Xbox gamers, it still makes no sense to me why Microsoft makes USB audio such a pain. But I digress. It adds additional controls, tuning, and it's the broadcast point for the low latency wireless signals. SteelSeries offers a pair of desktop programs that can further tune playback, route input and output sources, activate virtual surround sound, while boosting game sound effects for better location awareness. The Nova have Bluetooth for mobile connections. It's a straightforward SBC connection over Bluetooth 5. I don't think I would use it for the primary connection considering the quality and latency, but it's nice to have where you can hook up a phone and easily swap from game audio to a phone call. Or you can mix two sources, which is really fun. Obviously, you're not looking for audiophile grade connections when Bluetooth audio is mixed behind your game audio, but it works really well. And while the main design is wireless, of course, you can easily pop in a cable without any additional dongles. It's easily powered by decent consumer gear like the headphone jacks on smartphones or laptops. Low resistance and powered directly off the headphone jack on my Steam Deck, this sounded really good. It's a Swiss Army knife of an audio gadget. The only downside to this design, instead of a small dongle or puck for the wireless, if your PC and console aren't close to each other, you might not be able to cable both up to this DAC at the same time. And that means moving this little control box around your house for wireless signal. But that brings us to the audio quality, and I like the vibe on these a lot. Out of the box, the natural tuning, they're punchy, and I think they lean a little bright. But I'm always excited to hear that. Gaming gear can sometimes carry a reputation for mega bass for gamers. And I really don't like that. It gets dark and muddy on gaming gear. Lows just sort of roll over all of your other audio. It's harder to hear gaming cues and directional audio, and it can kill dialogue in games and movies. Now, it's not to say that they're bass lean, but more, they articulate lows more than they let the bass decay. So there's a quick punch with a fast recovery. That's very good clarity in the mids, and there feels like a little lift in the areas where speech might live. This is the exact shape I prefer for gaming gear, and anything that sounds good on games is gonna rock for action films. That said, connecting to this DAC, I do enjoy the extra customization for audio, where I probably want a different balance for music. Now, I've seen some complain that the setup process is a bit techy, but if you're spending this much on a quality headset, I prefer having the options to drive it well under any situation and really get my money's worth. The surround sound modeling is on par for the other solutions I've tried. It's a great feature for gaming, and it usually works well for films, but it's kind of hit or miss for me on music. You have to tweak a lot of EQ settings to find the sound, to find the room to throw on some reverb. And the Arctis do this as well as the best solutions that I've tried, but it definitely sounds a little tweaked depending on the source. The only thing missing for me here, something that's not super common, I wish there was head tracking. I've been super spoiled by it on my current gaming headset. Again, not a deal breaker, it just would have been nice. I think that idea of head tracking helps better sell the directional quality of surround sound. A good closed back headset for gaming, we also want to reduce distractions. But here might be one of the weaker areas of this offering. The closed back cups don't passively block as much sound as some other solutions I've tried, like Audeze or the EPOS. If you don't like an isolating headphone, then these are comfortable. If you're trying to block noise, you'll still hear quite a bit of the sound around you. So active noise cancellation is a nice perk, but it's also pretty light here. It's built to slice out simple, constant sound. The hiss and hums, a little rumble, but constant sources. Anything incidental or speech will cut right through. A dedicated premium wireless headphone with ANC, something like a Sony or an AirPods Max, will cut significantly more noise around you. The Nova Pro is far less isolating. Now, people buying a headset like this, I have to believe that the majority of folks interested in a wireless headset are curious about the wireless sound quality.
Here's a brief sample of what the Nova sound like over the low latency 2.4 gig connection. We always need to balance power and battery against a fast, short-range wireless signal, and then consider fidelity. We mostly want to arrive at a lag-free connection without too many distracting elements.
The hardware does a great job of isolating the user from a fair amount of noise around them just by the design of putting a microphone closer to your mouth. If you need a higher fidelity signal, you can switch to the 3.5mm cable, but I feel most folks are probably going to do just fine for TeamSpeak. When it comes to runtimes, these things really can't be beat. With ANC, we should be able to get over 20 hours of playtime. I honestly don't know how long they run on a single charge. I honestly don't care. They didn't let me down for a whole day of listening on phone and on my PC, And going to bed, you pop open one ear cup, slide out the battery, pull a charged battery out of the DAC, and your headphone is ready to go again. Yeah, the DAC doubles as a battery charger, and the swap process is fast. I can't foresee many situations in regular use where a user might be left in the lurch. And if there are concerns, power users can buy additional battery 2-packs for $20. But I don't think you'll need to for a while. Depending on your use, you might be swapping batteries every other day. That's not a lot of charge cycles to put on a headphone battery when you're swapping them out. So taking a quick look at the competition, the SteelSeries label has always represented a solid value for the cash, but this price point takes us up to a more premium conversation. This is a crossover tier where manufacturers like Sennheiser, now called EPOS, Audio-Technica, Beyerdynamic, and Audeze might live. So if you're concerned about the headband durability, EPOS makes some chunky, rugged gear. Moving beyond virtual surround sound to surround sound with head tracking, well, that's a job for my Audeze Mobius. And from there, we might find more boutique solutions with open back designs, different driver technologies, or more professional broadcast style equipment. SteelSeries is taking us right to that prosumer limit, and we're trading features around in a really fun way. Spending this much, we should be getting specific about what you need, what you want, and what you can live without. When HyperX Wireless starts at $70, we should have reasons to spend more. So, that's a lot to consider. These are premium performers with almost no weak spots. Answering the question of this video, yeah, I'd say the Nova Pro Wireless are worth it. If your main use for a headset is in your home and you're not looking to travel with a headset, the killer feature here is connectivity and flexibility. Listening to and mixing multiple sources with excellent battery life and great sound quality, that's a winner for me. They aren't cheap. This is not an impulse buy or a starter audio product, and it's not difficult finding a specific headphone or headset that might be better for one specific application. But the total package here is tough to match. Now, we'll leave a link down below where you can find more information on SteelSeries gear, and we need to hear from you. If you're shopping more expensive audio, how many devices would that nicer headphone need to cover? Phone, tablet, laptop, desktop, console, smart TV, other? Drop us some comments down below. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, subscribing to the channel. For Slickdeals, I'm Juan Bagnell, aka Some Gadget Guy, and I will catch you all on the next review.